Hello viewers, welcome to the channel and to another video. This is the 3D model that I will show you how to design in the developer version of FreeCAD, highlighting the new features added to it, which will come in the next stable version of FreeCAD. If you like this video, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed, and let's see how to design this model. First of all, open the FreeCAD developer version, this one here. On the start page, just create a parametric part using the PartDesign workbench, pressing this option. And next, go to the model tab. As you can see, we have the body object. Let's save this document. Just click here on this icon, and I will save this model as a known model 0. And let's start designing the model, creating a sketch on the XY plane. Just go to the create sketch icon, click on it and select a plane for this first sketch. Select XY plane. We're on the sketch workbench as you see in the workbench selector. Now go to the sketch geometries, these tools here, and select the polyline tool, and let's use this tool to form the first geometry on this sketch. Zoom out here and create a vertical line like this and a horizontal line next to this line here. And now a vertical line, and now click on this vertical axis and create a horizontal line and click on the origin axis. And now let's close this geometry, pressing this endpoint here. As you can see, we have 6 degrees of freedom. We have to try to full constrain this sketch until the lines of this geometry change the color to green color. To do that, let's use the dimension tool to set the dimensions of this geometry. Okay, now the first thing that we'll do is to set the angle between these two lines here. So click on this line here and now on this line and click off to set an angle dimension. Let's set 135 degrees as we can see here. Next, click on this line here, click off and set 112 millimeters and enter. Now click on this line here and set a vertical distance of 72 millimeters and press enter. Click on this line here and set a horizontal distance of 8 millimeters. And next click on this line here and create a vertical distance of 83.13 millimeters. Enter. Now click on this endpoint and now on this point here and click off 102 millimeters. This sketch is now full constrained as you can see. Close this sketch by pressing this button and now press home on your keyboard to see this sketch. Now that we have this sketch, let's create an extrusion of this sketch using the pad tool. Select the pad tool and change the length here to 26 millimeters and press OK. The next thing that we'll do is to create a thickness on this part here. To do that, we have to select the top face and then select the thickness tool. Let's make this thickness out. To do that, uncheck this option. And as you can see, the model is starting to break. To fix this, we have to go to the joint type and change to intersection. Now change the thickness here to 4 millimeters and then press OK. And here we have this. And now let's create a sketch on this face here. To do that, just select this face and then click on the create sketch icon and now switch to the session view pressing this icon here. Okay, next go to sketch geometries, click on this arrow and select create rounded rectangle. Click here and next create this rectangle in this way. And select cycle tool and now create 2 cycles in this way. Let's first hide these all constraints here by pressing this icon and next use the dimension tool to set the dimensions of these geometries. Click on this line here and click off and set 30 millimeters for this line, and for this arc here set 10 millimeters. And for this line here, set 30 millimeters, the same distance. And now zoom out and go to these 2 cycles. Click on this cycle and set a diameter of 36 millimeters. Enter. Now this cycle set a diameter of 50 millimeters. And here we have this as you can see. Now we have to set the placement of these geometries. To do that, we have to extract some edges of this solid here. We'll be using this tool here, external projection geometry, this tool. But first we have to change the geometries to construction geometries. Click on this icon to do that, and then click on this tool here and extract this edge. So next select dimension tool and click on this point. Now on this point here, distance of 12.5 millimeters. Next, click on these two center points of these two cycles and create a horizontal distance of 30 millimeters and create a vertical distance between these two center points, set 15 millimeters. Now select the center point and this edge and create a vertical distance of 35 millimeters. And next select this center point and these vertical edges and create a distance of 12.5 millimeters and enter. 1 degree of freedom now. Now I have to center this rounded rectangle geometry on the mid point of this edge here. To do that, go to the sketch geometry and select line tool and go to this edge here, find the midplane of this edge. As you can see here, I have a symmetric signal and I have to click here, and then on this line here I have to find the midpoint. As you can see, it's here. So I click on this line here and this tool will make this line a horizontal line. Now I will close this sketch and try to extrude this sketch using the pad tool. I select pad tool, and as you can see I have some problems here on this extrusion, as you can see. So let's set the length of this extrusion to 21 millimeters and then press OK. And let's go to the sketch of this extrusion. Double click here, and what I have to do here is to trim this arc here and this arc. To do that, we have to use this tool here. Select this tool and trim this arc and now this arc, and we still have this. Close the sketch, and now we have the correct extrusion. We have the correct shape. Okay, now here let's create a new sketch on this face here. Select the sketch and then create a sketch on this face. Switch to the session view, and now what we'll do first here is to extract the edge of these two shapes here. To do that, we'll use the Create Sketch Projection, this tool here. Just click on this tool, and as you can see here, I'm using the construction geometries. I am on the construction geometries mode, and if I extract the edge of this shape, for example, and the edge of this shape here, and leave the sketch by pressing S 2 times, as you can see here, I can't see the extracted edge. But if I go to the model and double click on the sketch here, and for example change this extracted edge to normal geometry by pressing this icon and then leave the sketch, as you can see here, if I select this solid and hit spacebar, as you can see here, I have the extracted edge as normal geometry. So I can use these to extrude or to remove material on the solid. Make this pad visible, hitting spacebar, and go to the sketch here and change these geometries to construction geometries, pressing this icon here. Okay, now let's change these geometries to normal geometries and then select cycle tool, zoom in here, create a cycle on the center point and another cycle on the center point, and create a cycle here on this shape. Okay, now select dimension tool, click on this cycle and set a diameter of 15 millimeters, and the cycle here, click off and set 25 millimeters, and the same diameter for this cycle, set 25 and enter. Now we have 2 degrees of freedom, as you can see. Select the constraint symmetric tool and then click on the center point, now the center point, and now the center point of the cycle. And now as you can see, I have the sketch full constrained. So I will close this and then I will remove material on these 2 shapes here using the pocket tool. So I click here and I change the tab to go, and then I press OK. And now if I rotate this model, as you can see, I have these holes. I select this face here and now Control key and this face here, and then chamfer tool, this icon, and I will set a size of 1 millimeter and then press OK. I will zoom in here and select this face and then create a sketch on this face, and here I have this, as you can see. Next, what I will do is to extract the edge of the solid here. To do that, I will first change the geometries to construction geometries and then use this tool here, create sketch projection, and then I will click on this face here, and as you can see I have this. Now I will change to normal geometries and I will select cycle tool, and the first thing that I will do is to create a cycle here on this edge and 4 cycles on this edge here, as you see. And next here on this edge I will create 3 cycles like this. Press escape and select these 3 cycles in this way, and now these 4 cycles and this cycle. And to set the diameter of these cycles, I will go to the dimension tool, click on this arrow, and then find this option, constraint diameter, and I will change the diameter of these cycles to 14 millimeters. And then I will press enter to finish this, and as you can see I have this. Now I will hide these all constraints here and use the dimension tool to set the placement of these all cycles here. I will start from the cycle. I will set this distance to 12.5 millimeters, and the same thing here, 12.5. And from this point to this center point I will set the same distance, 12.5 millimeters, and I have this. Now from this center point to the center point of this cycle I will set 50 millimeters, and from this center point to this center point I will set 50 millimeters, the same distance. Now I go to these cycles and I will start from this center point to this edge and set 12.5 millimeters. And now from this cycle to this cycle I will set 43.5, and for this, from this cycle to this cycle I will set the same distance, 43.5 millimeters. And now I have this sketch full constrained. Now I will hide these all constraints pressing this icon 2 times. And next I will create 2 slots, one slot here on this edge and another slot here on this edge. So I go to the sketch geometry tools and I select this tool here, the slot tool, and I create a slot here on this edge and another slot on this edge here. Now I will select the dimension tool and start setting the dimensions of these geometries. So I click on this arc here and I set radius of 7 millimeters, and for this line here I set a distance of a length of 28 millimeters, and then I select equal constraint and I make this arc equal to this arc here, and this line equal to this line, and now I have 2 degrees of freedom. And next here I'll select the dimension tool and I will zoom in here. I click on the center point, now on this edge here, and click off to set a dimension. Here I will set a formula. I will set 72 millimeters minus 28 millimeters, all these divided by 2 millimeters, and I will get 22 millimeters from this edge to the center point. Okay, and now I want to center this slot on the midpoint of this edge here. To do that, the first thing that I'll do is to create a point on this edge. So I go to the point tool, and here I have to find the midpoint of this edge and click on it, and then select the constraint symmetric, and now I selected the center point, this center point of this slot, and now this point here. Now I can close this sketch by pressing this icon, and also extrude this sketch using the pad tool. And here I will set reverse it first and change length to 30 millimeters, and then I will press enter. And now I will create a new sketch on this face here. So I select this face here and then I press create sketch icon, and I zoom out here. I select the polyline tool and I created this geometry. And I change this line here to vertical line. And next here I will extract some edge of this solid here, using this tool here. So I select this tool here and I start from here. As you can see here, I have this all edges extracted. If I leave this sketch and select the salt and spacebar to hide this salt, as you can see, I have these lines and arcs here. So I can use these lines here in an extrusion operation or cut operation. Go to the model and make this pad operation visible, spacebar. Double click on the sketch, and now it's time to set the dimensions of this geometry here. To do that, I will use the dimension tool, and from this edge to this line here, I'll set 4 millimeters, and from this edge to this line here, I'll set the same distance, 4 millimeters, and the same thing here, 4 millimeters, and the same here, this edge and this line, 4 millimeters. And now from this edge to this line here, I will set 4 millimeters, and I have this, and the same thing here, 4 millimeters. And now here I have to make this line parallel to this edge here. To do that, I use this tool here. I select this line and this edge, and now I have this. Skip this tool and drag this line to here, and next select dimension tool, click on this edge, and now on this line here, and set 4 millimeters. And now skip 2 times to leave this sketch, and here we have this. Now select pad tool, reverse the duration of this extrusion, and set the length to 4 millimeters, and enter. Select this face, and next create a sketch on this face. And now what to do is to change the geometries to construction geometries, and next use the projection tool to extract the edge of this shape here. Click on this face here, and here we have this. As you can see, do the same thing here on this shape. Now change to normal geometries, press this icon and select circle tool. Create these cycles. Select equal constraint and make these two lines, two cycles equal. Select dimension tool, click on this cycle, click off and set, let's say, 10 millimeters, and we have this. Now let's use the equal constraint and make this cycle equal to this cycle, and this cycle, this one, and this cycle. Now this cycle and this cycle and this cycle. And now here we have to remove this constraint here, this tangent constraint. Just zoom in here, select this icon and delete, and now select equal constraint, select this cycle and this cycle to make it equal, and now skip 2 times to leave this sketch. And here we have the circular geometries. Let's use these geometries to create threaded holes on this part here. And the reference of these threaded holes is M6 and the depth is 20 millimeters. So let's do that. Go to our document, go to the model, select the sketch, and then first let's save the document. Press this icon and select hole tool. And now what I have to do on this task panel, as you can see here, we have the holes, but this hole is not threaded hole, so we have to change that. And the way to change that is here on this task panel of the hole tool. So okay, let's go. First here, let's change the depth to 20 millimeters and uncheck this option. And now go to standard, click here and select isometric regular profile to our threaded holes. And then change the size to M6, this reference. Check this option, threaded. And now go to this option and also check this option, and then refresh the document. And as you can see here, we have the threaded holes. Let's finish this operation, press OK. And this is the final model. Thank you for watching this video. If you find this video useful, please don't forget to leave a like and share this video with your friends. Also subscribe if you're not subscribed to the channel. And if you want to support the channel, there's a link in the description of this video to the channel's Ko-fi page. Or you can support the channel buying the ebooks that's appearing on the screen now. And the drawing page of this model you can find in the 200 to the exercise for FreeCAD 1.0. Thank you for watching this video. I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you.